We all love good advice. We look for it in books, listen to it at conferences, and read it on pretty pictures and social media. It seems like if we just follow these rules, success and happiness are guaranteed. But here's the problem. Some advice sounds so right and inspiring that we take it at face value, not realizing how it can start to ruin our future. Today, I'm going to break down the 5 most popular, dangerous phrases you've probably heard and explain what you should do instead to build a life you can be proud of. Bad advice number 1: you can become anyone you want, as long as you really want it. Sounds inspiring, doesn't it? This phrase is said by parents to their kids and by bosses to their employees. But let's be honest, if that were true, I'd be an NBA legend right now, not the guy who got kicked off the basketball team in 7th grade and was asked to just keep track of the stats. The truth is, we're just not made for most things, and that's okay. One of the most important things I've realized as an adult is that I'm bad at most things. The world is always telling us, work on your weaknesses, improve what you're not good at. But that's the road to mediocrity. So what should you do instead? Instead, look for your ikigai. Instead of spending years trying to become average at what you're bad at, become outstanding at what you're good at. For example, when I thought I should run a large company, I realized I was a mediocre organizer and I could spend 5 years in leadership training and still end up a bad boss. Instead, I focused on what I do well, analyzing financial markets and making money from it. Take a look at the Japanese concept of ikigai. It's the intersection of 4 circles. The first is what you love. The second is what you're good at. The third is what the world needs and what you can get paid for. Your success isn't about being anyone you want, but about finding that narrow spot where your talents meet the world's needs. That's your point of strength. Bad advice number 2: make a detailed 10-year plan and stick to it no matter what. A lot of young people approach life like it's a chess game. They think, I'll choose this major to get into that company so that in 5 years I'll land that position, which will lead me to my goal. They're trying to checkmate life. But life isn't chess. It's more like bumper cars at an amusement park, where the cars are always crashing into each other and you're not always the one steering. And here, there are 2 ways to make decisions. The first is instrumental. That's when you do something only for what it will lead to. For example, I study a boring subject because it will get me the job I want in the future. The second way is fundamental. You do something because it's important or interesting to you right now. For example, I take this job because there are awesome people and interesting tasks, even though I have no idea where it'll take me in 10 years. The paradox is that instrumental plans often fall apart. The world changes too fast, and you change too. If you ask successful people who are now 40 or 50 years old how they ended up where they are today, 9 out of 10 will say, oh, that's a long story. Their path wasn't a straight line. It was tangled and full of coincidences and changes, like a messy ball of yarn. So don't waste your time drawing perfect maps. Spend it on actions that make sense here and now. That'll give you the motivation to get through the chaos that's bound to come. The third bad piece of advice: follow your passion. This is the world champion of bad advice. It's printed on pillows and said at graduations. Why is it dangerous? First of all, it's insane pressure.
My name is John Walker, and I'm giving away $100,000 on my Telegram channel, where every third participant can win $3,000. I'll also tell you about the trading strategy that changed my life and helped me earn over $30,000 a month. I left all the links in the comments below this video. Click here right now.
When people ask me, what's your passion? I would freeze up. It feels like you're supposed to have a perfect answer ready. Second, passion is fickle. I've been working in financial markets for over 7 years now. And if you ask me today, is trading on financial markets your passion? I'd say, I don't know. It's hard work. Sometimes I enjoy it, sometimes it makes me sick, but I keep doing it. Third, this advice puts you at the center of the universe, but the world doesn't care about your passion. Ask yourself different questions. What do you do when no one's watching you? That's your real inclination. What kind of struggle are you willing to endure? Where can I be useful? Stop looking in the mirror. Look at the world. Your contribution might be small. For example, brewing the best coffee in town or being a great parent. That's much more important than some abstract passion. Bad advice number 4, always think positive, smile, and don't let negativity into your life. Of course, optimism is important for health and happiness. We should be positive most of the time. But if you're smiling while getting your teeth treated without anesthesia, you're not enlightened. You're just out of it. Constant positivity is a recipe for denying reality. Negative emotions are our teachers. Frustration pushes us to look for new ways. Regret helps us learn from our mistakes. If you constantly suppress bad feelings, you're taking away your own compass. Science says people who allow themselves to experience negative emotions end up being more successful and happier in the long run because they accept reality as it is. Bad advice number 5, it's not what you know, it's who you know that matters. I hate this advice. There's just enough truth in it to make it toxic. If you look at life as one endless party just for networking, you'll lose. People who believe this often forget to develop their skills. They think there's some secret group of chosen ones they'll get into, and then everything will just work out for them automatically. But that's not how it works. The best way to make valuable connections is to get damn good at what you do. When you create an awesome product, keep your promises, and treat people like human beings, the right people naturally start gravitating toward you. Your knowledge and reputation expand your network. Connections are a byproduct of your quality work, not a strategy in and of itself that you need to develop, worry about, or think about all the time. Don't collect contacts like Pokemon cards. Become a pro and the connections will come to you. These 5 tips sound brilliant, but they can lead you into a dead end. First, don't try to be anyone and everyone. Become someone significant in the area of your talents. Second, don't make rigid plans. Make decisions based on your values and interests. Third, don't chase passion. Look for ways to be useful and endure hardships. Fourth, don't always try to be positive. Learn from your sadness and anger. Fifth, don't chase after connections. Become a master that people are willing to line up for. Bad advice steals our time. Good advice helps you face reality. Choose wisely, work honestly, and you'll build a life you'll never be ashamed of.
My name is John Walker, and I'm giving away $100,000 on my Telegram channel, where every third participant can win $3,000. I'll also tell you about the trading strategy that changed my life and helped me earn over $30,000 a month. I left all the links in the comments below this video. Click here right now.
Seeing procrastination as a safe strategy. This is your starting point, your personal manifesto against illusions. Step 2, eliminate noise traps. Your environment is the invisible enemy of your productivity, and billion-dollar corporations spend massive budgets to keep your eyes glued to the screen with notifications and endless feeds. If your phone is lying on the table, your brain wastes some of its resources just trying not to touch it. Make focus inevitable. Physically move your smartphone to another room while you work. Delete your social media bookmarks and close those 20 browser tabs you'll never actually use. Create an information vacuum where the only thing you can do is your work. Remember, discipline begins where temptations end. The temptation to check your phone, the temptation to look at notifications, what's happening right now? Step number 3, use the 5-minute rule. The strongest resistance comes at the very start, when the task feels like a huge mountain. Procrastination is fear of the amount of work, not the process itself. Trick your mind. Make a deal with it that you'll work for just 5 hours. No, just 5 minutes, and then you have every right to stop. The whole secret is in the physics of inertia. As soon as you take the first step, the fear of the unknown disappears. Research shows that the brain wants to finish what it starts. This is the Zeigarnik effect. In 90% of cases, once you get past the entry barrier, you won't want to stop. That's why this is so important. Step number 4, plan your breaks, not your work. The paradox of productivity is that the best results come from people who know when to stop. If you work until you're exhausted, your brain starts to see tasks as a threat to survival and switches into sabotage mode. Set a firm boundary, like an hour of quiet time or a cutoff after which your computer is completely shut down. When your time is limited by a deadline at the end of the day, you stop dragging out small tasks for hours. Schedule walks. Exercise and sleep are just as important as your business meetings. Quality recovery isn't slacking off, it's a necessary recharge for your brain power. Step 5. Find what works for you. Discipline based purely on willpower runs out fast. It's a limited resource. To keep moving forward for the long haul, you need a deeper sense of purpose. Every routine or unpleasant task should be tied to your bigger goal. So ask yourself, who will I become once I finish this project? What doors will this open for me? If, for example, you're writing a report, you're not just crunching numbers, you're building a reputation as a trusted expert. Sum this up in one concise phrase and keep it in front of you. When you realize that your current discomfort is an investment in your future, resistance turns into excitement. Try taking these 5 steps and see how your life has already started to change. But don't expect results right away. Results will come gradually. After all, the most important thing is to improve, even if it's just a little bit at a time. And then you're sure to succeed.